And for more on this, we're now being joined by TV Mohandas Pai from Bengaluru. He's a chairman of Foreign Capital Partners and a political commentator. Thank you so much, sir, for making time for us and joining us on the broadcast. Now, we've heard Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy calling, of course, the unemployability of the graduates, but the term that he has used, or the phrase, a criminal waste about their education. What do you make of this remark?
Well, he's right. He's honest. He's right. But the question you got to ask is, as Chief Minister of Telangana, what is he doing about it? This is not the problem of today. It has been there for a long period of time. There are too many poor engineering colleges all over the country in every state. Barring the top 25, 30, 40%, the rest are not good. They are in, poorer parts of the state. They are ill-qualified, but people have aspirations. They pay through their nose for high fees and go there, and they don't get a good education. And it's also the result of bad schooling. When you finish your class 12, if you've not got a good education, you are not articulate, you don't have soft skills, then you go to college, how will you improve 4 years in an indifferent college? So he's very right. But the question you got to ask Revanth Reddy is, he's the Chief Minister, Education Minister, what has he done as Chief Minister and Education Minister to improve? That's the question you got to ask. What he's saying is the truth. I mean, I don't think anybody should get upset about it because there's no insult, because that is the truth.
Right. It did, in fact, hold a mirror to the education system. But, sir, what would you suggest we need to change in our, educational reform? Because we understand that the problem is very much at the grassroots level. What do you think we need to make about a meaningful change in the education system to tackle this problem?
Well, I think we must improve the higher secondary schooling system first. Because if you don't get good school education, you are not improving. And, let me say this very clearly. The top 25, 30% of government schools are good. The top 40% of private schools are good. The rest are not very good. And in India, we have a problem of scale. We have more than about 25 crore young people in school. And, the dropout rate up to class 12 is about 25, 30%. And in many rural areas, they are the first generation, and we don't have enough good schools. So you have to invest in the schooling system to make them much better. And then you got to consolidate the engineering colleges so that there are fewer engineering colleges, but better engineering colleges. Because unless you consolidate, they will not go to a good branded, good college where there is a brand. We need larger engineering colleges, larger universities where better investment can be made. There are too many engineering colleges in rural areas, backward areas, etc., which don't have anything. They don't have good faculty. They don't have anything, but must consolidate. That's the only way to improve. Today, if 25, 30% are good, possibly you can increase it to 50, 60, 70%. But we can't aim for 100%. It's going to be very, very difficult. So we have to do this. We have to improve school leadership. We have to consolidate engineering colleges, consolidate universities, make them residential. That means he has to invest money. We should ask Revanth Reddy, how much is he spending on higher education? Has he increased spending on school education in areas where the outcome is very poor? I mean, the ministers and chief ministers make remarks like this, which is the fact, which is true. But the question is, what are they doing about it? Let me give the instance of my state of Karnataka. In the government education system, there is a 60% vacancy for faculty because they're all guest lecturers. Just the other day, 250 people in the government colleges were found to have forged or got, created fraud in their PhD degrees. The PhD degree didn't exist. So what is the system doing? And you're putting the future of our children at stake. And that's why the great degree of anger among the young people about the lack of access to good education. And I think it's a problem. We have to solve it. Because, please remember, in the next, India is undergoing a youth bulge. We had a youth bulge last 10 years. Next 10 years is going to be a youth bulge. We're going to have 2.5 crore young people coming into, attaining the age of 21 every year. 1.15 crore young people graduating every year now. And we got to give them jobs. You got to give them good education. We have to invest much more, manage it much better.
Right, and it's also important to look at the remarks in the larger context. The comments came during his discussion on the gap between academic qualifications and the employable skills, where Revanth Reddy claimed that some engineering graduates, they refuse smaller jobs, they fail to acquire skills, and they expect others to find employment for them. Now, even if it is an insult to the students, or perhaps it's holding a mirror to our education system, it has, raised criticism from the opposition parties, and we have reactions pouring in. What do you make of that?
Well, political parties will play it up and point fingers at others. It's like the Gen Z agitation, so-called Gen Z agitation in Delhi. They'll all point fingers at others because they want to get a political advantage. But all of them should sit together and say, how do you solve the problem? It is a problem. It is real. The future of our young people is at stake. How do we all get together to solve it? And Revanth Reddy, as the minister in charge and other chief minister, has to answer that. What is the solution? He has to give a solution. He cannot be like an opposition party person and go on criticizing and saying that, oh, this is bad, that is bad, this is bad. Yeah, it is bad. There is no doubt about it. It has been bad for long. What are you doing about it? That is the key we got to ask. We need solutions.
Absolutely, sir. And we have seen this conversation become a mainstay, especially after the CJP protests we've seen. And now the spotlight is solely on the education system and the overall overhaul that we need over there. But of course, the question about what we're doing now with at the higher education, of course, it also traces back to what is happening at the grassroots level. And of course, we need major changes. But at the same time, this particular instance of, the minister calling it a criminal waste, and this is, of course, referring to the students and the education system. Do you think this kind of a language is also going to be taken lightly, and especially in an environment where, the Gen Z or perhaps, the larger conversation that we're having, accountability has become something that this generation is not going to let go that easily? How do you see this generation taking the remark going ahead?
Well, I think, the choice of words, I would say, is wrong. It should not have been done because, it's very humiliating. And the Gen Z is going to take it very strongly because they'll all turn around and say, what are you doing? You are the minister. You are the chief minister. You have a responsibility. We elected you to power. What are you doing? You're coming and abusing us, saying our education is the criminal waste. We can't even write an application. We can't do this. What are you doing about it? How are you investing to train us? How are you investing in us? We are the future citizens, voters. What are you doing? Pointing fingers at others, saying that everything is bad, this is bad, is very simple. The question is, you are in power. What are you doing about it? That's the question Gen Z should ask. And I think they should rise up and ask the chief minister about this and force him to bring in reforms. It's the right occasion for all students to rise up and say, tell us what you're going to do in the future. Yes, if we say the criminal waste, how are you going to make sure that it improve and you don't ruin our lives? Because he's accountable, right? He's running the government higher education system. What is he doing? He's accountable.
We hear you. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, Mr. Mohandas Pai, and sharing your perspective with us. We'll, of course, continue to track the developments closely. And this is the latest we're getting. Of course, Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has expressed concern over the employability of engineering students, and it is, of course, a major point of concern, but it has also raised ire from the opposition, BRS and BJP, which are accusing him of insulting the students. And speaking at the event, Reddy referred to the large number of engineering students who are passing out every year. He said that over 1 lakh engineering graduates complete their course in the state every year, but many of them are unable to write even a simple job application. Opposition BJP and the BRS have condemned Reddy's remarks and accused the Chief Minister of insulting engineering graduates and their abilities. In fact, in a post on X, BRS working president K.T. Ramarao questioned what qualifications Reddy had to make such a remark. Now, in a statement, the state BJP chief spokesperson N.V. Subhash also hit out at the Chief Minister. And he accused the Congress party of lecturing the nation on unemployment, but also choosing to ridicule lakhs of engineering graduates who work tirelessly. Amid the backlash, Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has clarified that he was not blaming the graduates, but the education system. However, the controversy has sparked a massive uproar politically and has also triggered a debate on social media. Let's hear what the Telangana Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy said during
Every year, nearly 1.1 lakh graduates pass out from engineering colleges. But if you ask them to write an application for a job for themselves on a plain paper, they cannot even write that. This is the level of education today. Their education is a criminal waste.
Well, the comment came during his discussion on the gap between academic qualification and employable skills, where Revanth Reddy claimed that some engineering graduates refuse smaller jobs, they fail to acquire skills and they expect others to find employment for them. Now, his remark on the job readiness of newly minted engineers drew the ire of opposition members. BRS Working President K.T. Rama Rao, he accused the Chief Minister of insulting engineering graduates and questioned his qualifications to assess their abilities.